What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Hassan Tahir show. This is officially my show now. I haven't been live like this in a while. Genesis One, thank you. You can hit the link, Genesis One. My bad, Selena. I just gotta restart, refresh. The internet just keeps cutting out. Hopefully, it doesn't cut out on me. But yeah, we're back. We need to start going live more, and getting into the conversation. So Genesis One, if you're listening, hit the link. Anybody can come up. Today we're just gonna have like a chill back. We're just, just talking about whatever, get comfortable, and keep it going. Appreciate for everybody coming. Hit the like on your way in, and say share please, and support the channel. We're just waiting for Genesis One. Let's play some music. Hey, Selena, my bad. You can hit the link now if you want to come up. And then the internet just went off. Appreciate you, Selena, for coming. And salute to everybody that's watching. Genesis 1. Is that you, Genesis?
Yeah, it's me. How are you?
Good, good. How you doing?
I'm good. I am so glad that you're going live, man.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's been so long.
I appreciate it. Now we just had a good conversation, and the
Mm-hmm.
internet keeps cutting off, and I have to go. And then here we are. But we just have to keep it going and motivated.
Yeah,
I,
absolutely. How have you been? It's oh my gosh, it's almost a year, man.
it feels like almost a year, but
Yeah.
yeah. Selena.
How are
I
you?
don't know if
Is
Selena wants to
Is
still
Selena back?
come up. What?
She probably will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Selena will probably come back.
so let's talk about 2024, Genesis, and that what a
Mhm.
crazy. I mean, we're still not done yet, but what is your thoughts so far in 2024?
2024 has just been such a crazy year. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, just with all the revelations that's been coming out, and it's just, I mean, with the election, the whole,
My
situation
bad.
with what's going
Top
on.
notch.
Oh, sorry,
Salute.
can you hear me?
Kiss. How you doing? Yeah, I can hear you. Like you're very far. But Kiss, thank you
Can
for
you hear me now?
coming. And yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just been, I don't know, it's just been an interesting year. There's just been so many things that have just come about, so many things that have happened, and now it's like, I don't know, man. Heading into 2025, what's going to hit us next?
Oh, it's gonna get worse, I think.
Oh no. Wow.
Oh, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah, but
Um, what was that?
what are your thoughts?
This year alone been crazy. Dubs, Trey A, salute. Thank you for coming. Yeah, this year's been a lot of revealing. A lot
Mhm.
of people went to prison. A lot of people got assassinated.
Yep.
Multiple wars, and,
Mhm.
and a lot of distractions as well.
Mhm.
But what's gonna lead to next year though is gonna get worse. And now what's
Mhm.
gonna happen is there's a lot of wars slowly is gonna escalate.
Mhm.
People need to, especially in America, that they need to wake up. They need to start seeing what's going on, you
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
because they're kind of asleep in a way. I mean, not sleep, but asleep. To be more awareness on what's going on. They got to
Mhm.
have understanding. Like, hey, we might get drafted. We might go to, WW3.
Wow. Do you really think that we're heading in that direction in regards to the WAR?
Yeah, I mean the way things are going right now,
Mhm.
Genesis,
Yeah.
and then there's a lot, literally as of right now there's like 15, 20 wars no one even talks about,
Mm.
and then all these scandals that happened this year.
Mhm.
There's a lot going on. The world is just a mess. Let's put it like that.
Yeah. I the two things that I think are going to stand out for me the most is and I'm going to say allegedly, even though I know it's true, but I'm going to say allegedly, Dr. Fauci coming out and saying that COVID was a planned thing allegedly. That's the main thing that's going to stand out for me. And I think the um the second thing for me is the whole scandal with the alleged trafficking of the kids, and just the whole international pedophilia ring allegedly. you
Yeah.
know those two things for sure are going to definitely stand out for me. But man, it's just such a crazy time that we're in right now. It's just such a crazy time. All these revelations are coming out, and at the end of the day, you don't really know somebody. You don't really know what anybody's doing. You don't really know what anybody's really thinking. I mean, people can put on a facade, right? But if we're not there 24/7, we don't really know. We don't really know anybody.
No, you're right. You're right. And the people that are exposing stuff,
Hmm.
I don't feel bad for them because they participated. Like when people talking about Diddy or Jay Z or any, you participated. You got paid. So why you waited all these years to talk? And don't get me wrong, some people have talked in the past,
Hmm.
few, but no one was listening to them.
Exactly. Prime example, Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams was calling all of this stuff out back in like the late 80s, early 90s. She was vilified. Everybody called her a hater. She she wanted to bring black men down. She didn't know what she was talking about. They called her an alleged crackhead, an alcoholic, all of these things. And then come to find out, 99.9% of what she was reporting was the truth. Even Jaguar Wright, that people are now starting to take her seriously. So, and Professor Griff was calling this out too. So many people were calling it out.
Yeah,
And everybody came up with a number of reasons why not to believe them. And because there wasn't any evidence at the time, nobody believed it.
well, yeah,
No.
that's how it always is, though. I mean, this is a crazy world. Now, imagine what 2025 is going to bring. And when you think about it, Genesis, since
Hmm.
2020 till now has been crazy.
It's been crazy.
All nothing but negative,
Yeah.
from the corona to the lockdown to the riots. I'm not saying it's been good before, but
Right.
there's been chaos. The world, and now the whole world's in chaos.
Absolutely.
So salute to Dubs. Appreciate you for coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Sorry, because before, we weren't trapped in our houses. You know what I mean? Our livelihood wasn't threatened,
Is
so
that
to
you,
speak.
Selena?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay,
Hey,
okay, just making
Selena,
sure.
how are you?
Thank you
Hey,
for coming.
y'all.
I appreciate it. But go ahead, Genesis, my bad.
Yeah, I was saying that things were happening before, but I can't remember, you know, in my life thus far how things were this bad. Things
Yeah,
were. I mean, food is so expensive. Even food is so expensive here. A loaf of bread is $5. $5 for a loaf of bread. That's crazy. That's crazy. If you're a family of four, you've got two kids, they've got to go to school, a pack lunch, you've got to buy bread every 3 days.
that's true.
It's crazy. And people are still, reeling from COVID. A lot of people have not bounced back from COVID.
That's true too.
I don't know. It's just honestly, I just try to stay on the positive. I really try to stay on the positive and just believe in the greater good of man, because I just can't see us getting to the point where we're, just we have no humanity, we have no grace, we have no love, we have no compassion. But yeah, sometimes you got to just step away from it all and just go back to nature, man. Just go back and get some fresh air, be around some trees, do something, because if we take it all in, you'll never leave your house. You'll think, well, what's the point? What is the point? But I mean, I still believe in the greater good of man. I still believe in that. I still believe that we are going to fellowship together and just come together on a whole. If not, we're just going to die out. We're just going to die out. But I don't know,
Damn.
to say the least.
Well, what you got to say about this, Selena?
Um, Thank you for letting me up, Hassan. You all a couple of times you've been on my platform and you've been very insightful and everything. But what I will say on this, I talked about this a little bit on yesterday, how a lot of people were talking about the 2024 was the year of exposure. A lot of things were coming out. I think Cat Williams was talking about it in his interview. And then you notice like a lot of things that he was kind of talking about was actually, being, displayed right, right in front of us, scandal, this big scandal with P. Diddy, and just a lot of the people that hung out with him, their names are starting to buzz, with the Jay-Z situation and everything. So I think the year of exposure, it was very accurate as far as like, a lot of things were just put out on display. Some of the things we wondered about, you heard stories about, were actually coming out. Also, just in our personal lives, I know in mine, I started to see some people I thought were real, and that they really were fake. They really were snakes. So it was the year of exposure for me. It was very a challenging year. Lost a couple of people that I dearly loved and that I was close to. It was just also it was a transformation season for me as well. I learned so much about myself. I learned some of the things that I need to improve on. And so I feel like the year of 2025, it's going to be a lot more chaos going on because that's just where the world is going. But I do think that we can reset our individual lives. And what I mean by that is basically kind of renewing our minds, changing what we want to change in our own personal lives. And I feel like even though it's going to be a lot of chaos going on in the world, I do feel like it's going to be a reset. There's going to be some things that are going to be totally different. Some things that will be, a good thing, and some things that will be even more challenging. I think in this year, you'll start to see who's really for you and who's not. You'll start to see some things, either you're going to improve your life or you're going to stay stuck in a rut. It's a lot of things that I think is going to be uh, known this year, and in our personal life and even in the world, what's actually going on behind the scenes. So that's kind of how I see it in this 2025 that's coming up. I just hope that I'm on the right side of history. I hope that I'm making improvements in my life, and the people that I love and care dear about, that they are improving in their life and making some great changes. But it's definitely going to be another year of challenge, and we're all going to have to see what we're made of. Especially with the new president. I mean, Trump. Becoming the president again, and dealing with whatever goes with that, the policies that he'll change or whatever. So it's just a lot of things that I think is going to be changing, and we're going to see what we're made of. Like, because I think things are going to get a little bit more difficult, but there's going to be some great things that come out of the year too. It just, I've always been taught life is what you make it. So despite of the challenges, you have to do the best that you can. And yeah, that's how I see it.
No, you're right. Eastwood, appreciate you for coming. My salute, Dr. Frizzle, everybody kiss. No, and you are right. You are right. And then 2025, the only thing's going to be different. There's a lot of going to be new leaderships,
Hmm.
but but it's going to get a lot worse because right now people paying attention outside of America. There's a lot of wars, a lot of unstable world. There's a lot of riots, protests, people getting assassinated left and right. So when you pay attention to all that, we head into a disaster. There's no other words to say. I'm not even going to tell you Happy New Year.
No, you just thankful you're alive, and like my grandmother say, just do the best that you can. That's really all you can do, and live one, take one day at a time. Because that's all that's promised to us anyway. So,
No,
you know,
no, you're right on that. You're right on that. But
mm,
at the same time, though, you can't hold everybody's hands for even the loved ones, the one we call family and friends and close to us. We can't hold everybody. So you gotta realize when do I have a peace of mind? You know, you can love somebody all you want, but if they're not bringing you peace, you gotta let go sometimes. Even the closest ones to you. You know.
oh yeah, I agree. Like I told y'all earlier in my live, I said I'll block a person in a minute. It don't take nothing for me because I understand that a lot of times people are energy vampires. Some people that pretend like they're happy for you are not. So you definitely have to be very discerning, and you can't just always give people the benefit of the doubt, unfortunately. This is not the type of world that we can just take people for face value. So, and that goes for family, that goes for friends, that goes for associates or whomever, strangers. It is what it is. Sometimes people, whether they blood related or not, sometimes you have to excommunicate yourself from people to have a peace of mind, because even sometimes family can be an enemy to you. So it's just best to just basically take people, don't take people as they are, take people as they are, and understand that if this is who they are, this is who they are. Maya Angelou said, believe people the first time that they what does it say, believe people the first time when they show you who they are. This is who they are, so if you can deal with it, fine, and if you can't, move around. So that's how I see it.
No, you're right. So my says my little sis just tried to use her kid as a bargaining chip for me to conform to her standards. It's bad that I blocked her to her manipulation. So what do you think about that, Selena?
She said, let me see. She said my little sister tries to use her kids as bargaining chips for me to conform to her standards. Um, I'm gonna say this. I don't know what your religious background is. Excuse me, but I would definitely tell you to pray about it. But also, sometimes you have to distance yourself from even the people that you love. If it is meant for you to come back or they to come back in your life, it will come, it will happen. I've had situations to where I had to part ways for just a little bit with with certain family members because they were draining me, and I needed to grow in some areas too, because I took everything so personal. But at the same time, they had some toxic behaviors as well, and as I separated myself from them, and I healed and I got myself together, and I, started to, basically see how valuable I was and that my peace was also very valuable, then there were certain things I had boundaries with that person. So whenever me and that person did come back, I had boundaries to where certain things wouldn't happen again. This person could manipulate me like they did before. this person, excuse me, couldn't talk to me the way they did before because I started to set boundaries between me and that loved one. And eventually that person understood that you can't come to me like you used to. The way you used to come to me before, you're not going to be able to do that. And so they started to act accordingly. And then we build on that, and that's how I was able to rebuild a relationship with them. It's about setting boundaries with people, and unfortunately, loved ones are the ones that will try to be very manipulative because they know you, or they think they do, and they think they can use their love, use love or something to manipulate you with. So you do have to set boundaries with friends and family. And once you learn to set boundaries because you love yourself, people won't be able to manipulate you like before. And if it's meant for you to come back to each other, you will. And that person, once you have those boundaries up, they'll know they can't come to you like they used to. And can rebuild a relationship. I had that issue with my father. My father, he was could be a difficult man. I knew my father loved me. He was just very difficult and angry at times. And I separated from him for a couple of years. Well, maybe a year. I'll say a year. And I was going to counseling, getting myself together. Once I got myself together, I was learning to forgive him. Once I learned to forgive him, I was able to go to him and let him know that I forgive him. And I asked him if there was something that I did to him for him to forgive me. And we had that conversation. Once that was done, I also, like I said, I learned to set boundaries with him. There were certain times that, I didn't talk to, I said, I'm not going to engage with that conversation because that could go down the wrong path. So there was boundaries that I set for him. And when he would step out of bounds with me, I would let him know, distance myself. And once he got himself together, then we could come back. So I'll just say set boundaries with people. Love yourself more than you love them, and set boundaries for people, with people. And, if it's meant, they will understand, that I can't come to this person any kind of way anymore. I have to be respectful. I have to come at them like I want to be treated. So you have to set a standard, because if not, any and everybody will try to run over you, including family.
No, that's a fact. That's Travel One. Thank you for coming. Dragonfly, salam, brother, salam. Appreciate you for coming. Genesis One, what you got to say about this? What Selena just said in this comment on the screen.
Yeah, I totally agree. Excuse me, I totally agree. But back to what you were saying, Selena, about moving into 2025 and knowing who's for you and who's not for you. I think that's a great point because people will show you who they are. And actually, it was Nelson Mandela that said it. It wasn't Maya
Mhm.
Angelou. Yeah, everybody attributes that saying to Maya Angelou, but it was actually Nelson Mandela that first said it. A lot of people don't know that, but because just because Maya Angelou, she said it often enough, people attribute it to her, but it's actually Nelson Mandela. But yeah,
Mhm.
people will getting to the comment with this lady in the chat. I'm assuming it's a lady, right? I didn't read it. Like it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
on.
yeah. I'll put it back up for you.
Yeah, if your family member is using your nieces and nephew as a bargaining chip for your emotional well-being, then you need to cut that off at the pass, because that is only going to end in resentment, and it's going to screw up your relationship with your sister. It's going to screw up your relationship with your nieces or nephew, because I'm assuming they're at an age where they don't understand the family dynamics of that. But my philosophy is, listen, I'm not going to tolerate any of that. And if if I'm your family member and you know that your nieces and nephews are dear to me and you're going to use them as a bargaining chip, then all of you have to go. I'm not going to sacrifice my peace of mind. I'm not going to sacrifice my mental health. I'm not going to sacrifice my equilibrium just so that I can be in my nieces and nephews' life, and then my sister's going to manipulate me to the 10th power. No, you got to go. And whether you need to distance yourself from it for a while, or whether you choose not to, have any type of interaction with them. But at the end of the day, I believe I strongly agree with Selena. You have to love yourself first above anything and everything else. And self-preservation is not being selfish. Self-preservation is understanding your worth and knowing your value and realizing that you are worthy. You are worthy of love and respect. And if that's not above board, then you got to walk away. It's easier said than done, but at the end of the day, I'm going to choose me above anything else. Because if I fall, nobody's going to be there to pick me up.
No, no, you're
Mm.
absolutely right. Salute to E Black. He be back. But I appreciate you for coming up, E Black. This is his first time up here. Well, we just wait. But yeah, you guys are right. And then most definitely you gotta be careful with your own circle, you know. And some people they do something, they don't mean like harm about it, they don't mean evil about it. But some people they misunderstand what that person done, your family members. So that's why you gotta be careful and pay attention what people do to you. So I mean I get it looks like let's say somebody did something to you, Selena, right? Your sister, your brother,
Mhm.
your brother. Sometimes you got to pay attention to what they did and why they did it, and do they mean any harm or evil about it? Because some
Right.
people take it and just bury that person badly, and a lot goes, and even in these YouTube stuff, you know, it
But I
goes.
think
Yeah.
I
Damn.
think too, right? I think um for me, I have to call it out immediately because I deal my spirit and my energy is very dear to me, and it's very discerning. And if the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, say Hassan, you say something and the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, and I don't understand what you're talking about, I'm gonna ask you right away. I'm not gonna go home and think about it and maybe say, oh, I misunderstood. Maybe I'm blowing it out of proportion. And we've been friends for so long. Maybe he didn't. I'm gonna ask you. Individuals have to be strong in their conviction, and there's nothing wrong with clarification immediately. If something is off, ask about it, talk about it, clear it up. Don't wait. And it's going to take courage, and maybe your voice might shake a little bit, but at the end of the day, deal with it there and then, because if it fosters, you don't say anything, then they move the goalpost a little further, your feelings are getting hurt, you're being trampled on, and again, you're thinking, oh, I don't want to rock the boat, I don't want to, maybe I'm overthinking it. Call it out immediately. That way exactly what you're dealing with, and you can squash it there. Because a lot of these things that's happening, it's all the undercurrent of unresolved feelings and displaced anger, and then it bleeds into other areas of your life. And I'm sorry, honey, but I love myself way too much, and I want to sleep peacefully in my bed. I'm not taking anybody's crap when I want to go to sleep at night. No way. Life is too short for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Hassan, for letting me up. Uh, thank you guys for in the chat listening. Thank you, Genesis, for sharing the panel with me. I'm going to have to exit stage left. I got to get up early in the morning, but I really appreciate this, Hassan. Thank you for inviting me.
No, I appreciate you for coming. You know,
Yeah, take
Selena,
care,
you're
Selena.
welcome here anytime.
Yeah,
All
always
right.
Well,
All right. Y'all be blessed. I'll
you
take
see y'all
care.
later.
salute,
Bye.
salute. Have a great night. But yeah, Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Kiss said once you create boundaries and actually adhere to them, people have a problem will be revealed and weeded out. Yeah, do you agree with that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that if anyone in your life truly cares about you, they're going to respect the fact that you want to resolve a situation. They're going to respect that. People who want to manipulate you, people who want to make you feel inferior, insecure, They will continue to test your boundaries. They will continue to keep nudging at you. It's important to call it out. It's important to call it out. And if you're wrong, you're wrong, but at least you know where you stand. And I think in the end, people are going to respect it, and they're going to know that, you know what, I'm not going to try this with Genesis one, because she's gonna stomp it out right away.
Yeah. Well, my said I blocked it immediately. Don't play with these mind games. She was aware of what she was doing. I asked and I was confirmed. Damn. So she blocked her right away. So do you think if a family member does something to you, do you block them right away or you give them a chance to explain? Genesis one.
I've had to walk away from a few family members because I've given them, I've called it out. They didn't change, and there was excuses. And the second time it happened, I walked away. I changed my phone number. I walked away. I told everyone in the family I don't want to have anything to deal with this individual. If you're having a function and they're there, I'm not coming, because I'm not going to be manipulated. I'm not going to make anybody feel uncomfortable, and nobody's going to make me feel uncomfortable. And nobody's going to guilt me into going someplace. Oh, it's because we're family, and you don't have to say anything, and this person's going to be sitting at the other end of the table, and blah, blah, blah. Nope, I'm not doing it. I am not doing it, because in my philosophy is, look, if you're my family and
Yeah.
you love me, there's no way that you want to deliberately do something that's going to hurt me. You're not going to do it. And if I've spoken to you about it and you choose to do it again, then that means you know exactly what you're doing and you want to cause strife. And I'm not prepared. I'm not going to put myself in a position where I have to swallow something just to, not rock the boat, to keep the peace, and all the while I'm miserable and everybody else is, having a good time and enjoying themselves, and the person who's causing the strife, they're there, sitting there, in the lap of luxury, knowing that I'm uncomfortable. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Mhm. Well, my said it's not the first time. Give one a chance and then more. Damn. But yeah, you gotta. I believe in second chances, you know, but depends on what they did and how they did it. And if they lied about it, then that's a problem, you know.
Yeah,
Like let's say somebody did something to you, and let's say you're willing to forgive them. Now, if they lied about what they did, it makes it worse. Now, you see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Now, if they're
that's.
being honest about it, maybe you can work something out with them. Depends on what they did.
I think it depends on the situation. However, you forgive, you move on, you walk away. Because if they've done it once and they do it a second time, they're going to do it again and again and again. And then
Yeah,
at what point, how many times do you have to forgive? How many times do you have to be the bigger person? How many times do you have to, don't want to rock the boat? How many times I'm not going to say this because I want to see my family member, or I want to be invited to the function. It's not worth it. And how many stories have we heard, years and years and years, of people, fighting at the dinner table over Thanksgiving or Christmas or what have you, or finding at somebody's funeral. All of these family strifes go on for years and years and years because nobody wants to rock the boat, nobody wants to talk about it, nobody wants to resolve it. Oh, it's just, uncle so and so, he's set in his ways, or it's auntie this and that, or what have you. It's wrong. Wrong
yeah.
is wrong. And how are you going to have healthy relationships with people if you don't have healthy relationships with your family members?
Mm. No, you're right. Kiss. If you want to come on the panel, you're very welcome. Same with you, Mike. If you guys want to speak on this, you can hit the panel. If you guys still here, appreciate everybody that came. Hit the like button, support the channel. Support the Cash App if you want to. But yeah, but go ahead. Third notch. If you're still listening, hit the panel. I appreciate everybody. Anybody can hit the panel. Oh, go ahead, Genesis one. My bad.
No, that was pretty much it. That's what I wanted to say about. I mean, but family's a tricky thing. You know what I mean? I mean, it's easy for me to sit up here and say, oh, do this and do that, because I don't really know the full scope of what's been going on. And listen, man, you're born into your family. You can't change it, and it's a tricky thing. But I just think to save yourself a lot of headache, to save yourself a lot of strife, call it out. Let them explain themselves. And it has to be something that's to your satisfaction. And you're gonna know whether they're telling you the truth or not. I mean, they're your family members. You know them, right? You're gonna know.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, because clearly this isn't the first time that something has happened. For people to feel uncomfortable. So yeah.
Bronze, appreciate you for coming. Salute. No, no, you're absolutely right. But depends on the person. Like if you're really close with him, you got to let them explain, but without any snakes around though, because when there's snakes around, it makes it worse.
Yeah.
So
Um,
if you actually care about that person or you know that person for a little while, let them
mhm.
explain. But it has to be one on one though, because when there's other people, they might say something, get in somebody's ear, and just ruin the whole damn thing. You know what I'm
It
saying?
it's a tricky thing. It's a tightrope to walk, but again, people have to stick up for themselves. They have to.
Yeah,
They have to stick up for themselves. Because nobody wants to be walked all over. Nobody wants to feel, that they're being
attack.
devalued.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, attacked. Exactly.
No, no, no,
Yeah.
but some people just stay quiet at all time though. Like,
That's
yeah, their name getting dragged, yes, they just ignore it. Like, all right, fuck them. In
I
other words,
think that's hard to do when it comes to the family, though. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're talking about, let's say, example on YouTube, if somebody's saying something, untowards, then it's easy to ignore. And in my estimation, anyway, it's easy to ignore because I mean, you don't know these people in real life. You might have be acquaintances on the internet, but I think it's a little bit different when it comes to family members because you mean you grew up with your family, you see them on a day-to-day basis. If you don't see them on a day-to-day basis, you see them quite frequently. You know the family dynamics, you know the history of what's been going on. So again, it depends on the situation. But for me, if it's a YouTube thing, that's just easy to ignore because at the end of the day, I don't really know these people. Like, I mean, I don't know them. They can't really affect my livelihood in any way. It's not like I'm gonna walk down the street and see them. I mean, and I have to turn the corner or something, right?
yeah, yeah, but some do. Some actually do though. You know, you'd be surprised. Not everybody, but some actually do know each other. And that's why. Well, but you're right. For the majority of us, we shouldn't get this heated, especially on these YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
But sometimes the insults, they kind of get to you, you know. But
Yeah, but
sometimes you gotta stay, you gotta move on from it,
true, 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 true. But again, I mean, it's a platform, right?
Yeah,
People say, oh, it's not that easy to log off. For me, it is because and luckily for me, I haven't had any like adversarial things happening. I've just had like some idiot trolls and whatnot. But I mean, and I know some of the things can just get out of hand, can get really, really crazy. So I mean, I don't know. I guess you have to take it as a case by case basis. You
yeah.
know. Uh,
Kiss said sometimes you have to just trust your gut and
hmm
make a decision because your conversation may lead to further manipulation in some cases. Yeah, and you just got to be careful who you're talking to, though. You know, not everybody grateful and humble. You know.
True. Very, very true. And not everybody, genuinely comes with humanity and love in their heart. Which is just it's unfortunate. It's really, really unfortunate, whether it's a family dynamic, whether it's, a work dynamic, whether it's a romantic relationship dynamic. It's just all, I don't know, it's just all a lot. It's just all a lot. But I still strongly believe in sticking up for yourself, you know? Because at least you don't want to live in regret. You don't want to be woulda, shoulda, coulda, like 10, 15 years down the lane, and then the person's either died or they moved on, or you don't have any contact with them, and then you're playing the scenario over and over again in your head. excuse me, they said this, I should have said that. Why didn't I, come back with that? And so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a
But
never ending wheel.
no, you're right. But some people, because they done so bad, like so much damage, even if
Mhm.
they pass away, they will say the hell with him or her. There's actually people like that. And sometimes when you think about it, you can't blame them,
Yeah,
on what the other person done to them.
that's true. And there are situations where you never will you will never have that conversation, like you said, where the person might have passed away or whatnot. And again, that individual has to come to terms with it. So it's tricky. It's a double-edged sword sometimes, but I think if the opportunity is there, then I always say I would rather say it, know that I've said it, than not say it and wonder if what would have happened if I did say it. So at
Mm,
least you know that, okay, this person doesn't want to have anything to do with me, or I took it wrong. This is what they really meant, or we talked about it, and yeah, I was right, and then the person's all is forgiven. So again, boundaries, and just be open for communication. It's the only thing I can really offer with that.
yeah, I mean, but not everybody has good intentions. So we all got to watch out, though. Doesn't mean they're
True.
smart.
Yeah, very, very true. And getting back to what Selena was saying, which I totally agree with, you know, you have some type of, interaction with somebody and you think that they're being genuine, only to come to find out that they're not, and people who you think is in your corner supporting you find out that, they're not supporting you, so I don't know.
Okay, to you, Genesis, what is support? Like, what does support look like in real life in this YouTube stuff?
Oh, wow. I think, okay, in real life, I think that so what are we talking about? Are we talking about a romantic relationship? Are we talking about a family dynamic? What are we talking
All of the above: family, friends, relationship. What does support means to Genesis? Man?
I think support in a romantic relationship, I think that if you're in a relationship, you encourage each other to be better. You know, be gentle with each other, you know, be kind to each other. If you're in a relationship with somebody, then you want to be with that person, right? And just
Yeah,
treat the person with respect. Now, I mean, they talk about the love languages. Some people, they're what is it? I was about to say words of affirmation, but not words of affirmation, but showing their affection through. Some people show their affection through cooking a meal. Some people show affection, by getting your partner's clothes ready. Some people show affection by washing the car or filling it up with gas, or something like that. But I think just being there and knowing that, okay, I'm with this person, and we're not going to do anything that's going to make each other question whether or not we should be together. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So, and also to open communication, you have to talk about things. I mean, granted, we're human, and maybe one day I'm going to wake up and I'm in a bad mood, and he's going to come home and he's going to wonder, like, why is she giving me the silent treatment? He doesn't know what the heck's going on. Ask the question: what's going on? How are you feeling? What's happened? And then clearly, your partner. So maybe she's going to say, you know what, I had a rough day, or I don't really want to talk about it right now. Just give me 10 minutes to, debrief or what have you. Something. But I think you have to be kind in your relationships, in in all manner of relationship. And supportive family members too. Don't be don't be destructive in your relationship as a family member. Like, don't do that. But again, it all comes down to communication. It all comes down to communication. And I think that's important. Now, support in these YouTube streets, listen, I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you how I support. I'm very active on my community wall. I can't be in every live. I can't be in every premiere. I can't be in every video. I can't watch every short. Now,
yeah.
I'm active. I can share your content out. I'll share your content out. But for me, and it's so funny you said this, Hassan, because I did a short today just basically saying, look, don't come and tell me, oh, you're not supporting me and blah, 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 and what have you. YouTube is not my life. I do YouTube as a hobby. I enjoy it. Once I log off of YouTube, I log off of YouTube. It's not humanly possible for me I'm subscribed to, I think maybe 60 channels or something like that. There is no way in God's green earth I can be in 60 lives, 60 premieres, watch 60 videos, watch 60 shorts. There's absolutely no way I can do that. There's no way. So again, my support when it comes to the YouTube streets, I share people's content on my community wall. That's the best I can do. And I've even said if that's not good enough for people, then they can just unsubscribe, because I am not going to be in these streets battling with people about whether I'm supporting them or not. I'm not doing it. Go to the community wall, check there. If you see something you like, watch a person's video, leave a comment, view their digital catalog, and if that individual is so inclined, then they will subscribe to you. But I can't say, even if I say, okay, you know what, subscribe to so and so's channel, there's no guarantee that anybody's going to do that. It's up to that individual to go over there, view their digital catalog. If they like what they see, subscribe. That's it.
No, appreciate that, Genesis. E Black, salute, man. Salute, bro. How you doing?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, good. Because I have to dust my whole little setup off, man. I didn't realize I ain't been on this whole in a minute. So I seen you on. I was like, man, let me check him out. He always shows support. So I was like, man, let me pull up.
No, I appreciate it. I don't know how long you've been listening, but the part you listen to, what you think about what is support to E Black on real life in these YouTube streets? What does support looks like to you?
Ooh, that's tough. In real life, there really is no. All right, let me. This is me talking, not the podcaster, not trolling or whatever. In real life, there is no support. As a man, you don't have support. You earn what you do, and you do what you can, and there's gonna be people who admire it, and they're gonna have certain motives, but ultimately, it's up to you to create what you need for your inner circle or for the people around you. So that's the way I always believe it. I always think about support. You can be a job supervisor and people be around you just because they know that you got a plug for the job, or they people have their ulterior their motives, right?
Yeah.
And that's cool. That's cool. And you have to live with those facts. That and that's just in real life. You just have to understand that there is no support for a man. And I mean that is my honest opinion. Ain't no support. You do what you do. You make business decisions, and you try your best to influence your own self and the people around you who depend upon you.
Mine and you?
Yeah, that's my.
Oh, okay.
So but in terms of YouTube support, that's different. There's communities, there's groups, there's tribes. There's a lot of different facets to what support looks like. I always say it's all about what kind of support you want. I can be in different spaces where these type of people, they're not good for you. So that's not good support. But if you want to say support, just basically people who show up and who are willing to do whatever they want, whether it's comment, like, subscribe, sharing out, of course. But like that's a different type of support in terms of like really, because a person can like, subscribe, and share in one day, but never do that again. Is that really support? or is that just like, you know, sometimes they might have an ulterior motive. So a lot of times support looks different based on who it is and what they do. But like support, in my opinion, is if I was to say support is representing your brand and helping defend off things that are advantageous to your brand. If somebody says something bad about me, then they're gonna be in the comment saying, "Nah, I don't believe that." You know, that's good support. That's like ultimate. That's like support. But as far as liking and sharing and all that stuff, yeah, that happens. But I really don't think that's like the core support that we want. We're kind of going for. We're going for people who want to protect our brand. So YouTube support is kind of like protecting the brand and influencing the brand.
Can I just
Yeah.
respond to this comment here, Hassan? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I rarely read the chat. It's from Dragonfly. Something about she's got hairs on the back of her neck. That was figurative. I was speaking figuratively. Clearly, I don't have hairs on the back of my neck. What I was referring to, or you know, that tingling feeling that you get when something is off. That's what I meant, Dragonfly. Anyway.
No, and you're right about that, E Black. You definitely. Oh, Mai, welcome to the panel. How you doing?
Greetings.
Are you?
Shalom to the people. Hi.
Hello.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying hi. I'm
Oh,
listening to all y'all talk.
well, thank
This
you.
is my first time. This is my first time ever on a stream.
Oh wow,
Kind of
welcome.
nerve-wracking. Indeed. Greeting, Hassan.
No,
I have
thank
been
you.
watching you for a hot minute.
Oh, really? Thank you.
Hurrah. Oh, good.
Oh,
Do you mind terribly if I just sit and listen to all of y'all and what you have to say first?
yeah. What channel you came from originally?
YouTube.
Yeah. But whose channel? Like,
Yours, I think. Yeah, it was yours. Oh, Hassan's.
yeah. But like I mean, like what channel you see me on? Like what panel or chat?
Do you mean where did I find you? I'm on
Yeah.
StreamYard now at the minute speaking to you, but I saw you on YouTube on a stream that you're currently doing right now.
No. I know. But have you seen me
What?
on other channel or platform or no?
No, just YouTube.
Yeah. I
I
know. I
don't do
know.
social media. That's the only channels I watch is
Hassan,
YouTube. And
she's
it's
saying
purely funny.
she just saw your thumbnail and just popped on.
Oh,
Total. Fully. Thank you. My bad. I have bad articulation, don't I, in
No, no,
regard
no,
to
no, no.
explaining myself.
I get what Hassan is saying. Hassan is kind
What did
of
you say?
like saying, hey, you know, usually it's tough in YouTube because
Oh,
you because there's so many dead channels. Like
oh,
there's a lot of dead channels. So for somebody to find you, it's kind of like, okay, you had to. There's a storyline behind how you found me. So he's coming from
well,
that.
I subscribed to Hassan a minute ago, a long minute ago. So I've been watching his journey.
Yeah.
oh,
Does that
okay.
help?
Well, appreciate
Yeah, that's where I found you, where I've watched you. But
Yeah.
I've never spoken to you. So greetings from
it.
Australia.
Oh, okay. Something.
Australia too at that, man.
Truly.
And that's
I'm not
you know
American.
Hassan. You know Hassan was crazy is people recognize me on the street, and it's kind of weird because I was like, "How do you know me?"
Yeah.
And even when we went to the event, like the little boxing event, is there was like 5 or 6 people who said, "Hey," I was like, "Who what's your username?" And they was like, they said, "We don't even talk in a chat. They just view."
We just watch you.
Yeah,
Indeed.
and it's
Greetings,
weird,
influencer.
but you gotta
Indeed.
understand, Hassan. There's people like who just do that, and it's like they're way more. If we're talking about support, they are way more supportive than the people who are in the chat. they'll watch every video, they'll like every video, they'll tell it to their friends, like, hey, I watched this. They'll watch it on their TV the full time. Like, you know, so it's interesting. It's an interesting dynamic.
It is. It is. Well,
Indeed.
hey, you Mike. Thank you for coming on. Miss Chicago, how you doing? Well, since you're up here, Maya, real quick, what does support mean to you in real life? How does it look like
Support.
you?
I like to be called out on my BS. I don't like it when people try and, like, they walk around the mulberry bush trying to find berries. I don't like it. Literally, they can just pick the berries and say, hey, I found one. You know what I mean? But they're like, oh, I can't see it. I like to be called out on my BS. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, and then I can adjust my movements and acknowledge it. You know what I mean? But if people are just going to lie to me, then I don't appreciate that. So that's not support in my world. But if you say something to me where it's going to improve my journey and help me along, then I think that's support for me.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I
Go
don't.
ahead, Genesis. One, you have something to say?
Yeah, I think support for me when it comes to with subscribers, I think, and I always say this, for me, whether you're there for a millisecond, a minute, half of the stream, the entire stream, and I'm an advocate for the replay, that's support for me. You know, I appreciate that. That means a lot to me because time is very precious and people could be doing anything. And if they've come to your particular platform, whether they're there, as I said, for however long the duration is, I think that is definitely support for me. Because I have people who watch,
Right.
silent watchers. I have people who never leave a comment, and I know that they're there supporting. You know, so in that regard, for me, the audience is the utmost for me, and I will always make sure that the chat is respected, and I don't tolerate any type of nonsense in the chat. So for me, supporters,
Uh,
it's the
can you
main.
mute Mike?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, for
You're good.
me,
You're good.
that's you know, that's at the utmost. Time is the utmost, and people will say, oh, um I only have this amount of numbers in my chat. And I'm saying be thankful. Whether it's two per people, 10 people, 10,000 people, or whatever the numbers are, be thankful that they're there because they didn't have to be there. They didn't have to spend the time with you.
And that's facts. And you don't and then one thing I realized, you don't realize how powerful the numbers are because man, like I went to, and this is a short little story, sorry.
Okay.
I went to Atlanta, right? And I went to this jazz club. I even like vlogged this whole moment. There was jazz people, and they're in the band. These guys have went to the Grammys. They've been nominated for a lot of awards. They go overseas and travel. They do a lot of stuff, right? They
Yeah.
recognized me. They said, didn't I know you? They was like, wasn't you on Lapeef? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, you black. And they told me my whole story. And mind you, these are random people who they've probably never been to the chat. They've never sent a super chat. They've never sent a cash app. They've never done anything but just watch. And so when we say support, like I said, support means differently from real life to like online life because you don't know who's watching. You really have no clue. Like you might think the 100 people who viewed your video, maybe some people that you know, but you don't know that 80 of those people are people who never comment.
But you did say interesting thing, A Black. Not every support has good intentions. In other words, they
Yeah.
might use you. They might have some evil plan. Wait, Bazam, am I again?
Yeah. Yeah, I went to YouTube to see if I could support you via Super Chat, but you don't have that available at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dr.
Yeah.
Frizzle, thank you for coming. Go ahead, you black, my bad.
Yeah. People who the evil support is like, okay, I know you know where people come through and they want to get their little podcast up,
Yeah.
right? You know, they want to get in the podcast game. They want to be a part of the community. So they have advantageous like motives. Hey, I'm gonna ruin your panel, I'm gonna curse you out, or I'm gonna do certain things, and that's not really support. That's just engagement. You know?
Yeah.
So support, and then sometimes you have people who want to just like be in a cool clique, in a cool kids clique, you know? Like
Yeah.
like I seen your channel. I might kick it with Genesis. Me and I tell Genesis, hey, I got a Discord channel. We kick it. Maya, we kick it. Dr. Frizzle Frost, we kick it. And but I don't really necessarily care about Hassan. I just want to build a community. So that's not necessarily support. That's just me leeching off of society or a group or a niche of people. So that's not really support. That's just me. That's not really even good support, because sooner or later those people become like, man, why you going to Hassan? He only got 2 people in this chat. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like support doesn't look like that. Support looks more or less genuine in terms of pushing you as an individual, but you can't be fooled by the people who are sharing your channel, because sometimes they're just looking for your audience. They realize, oh, Hassan, he's intellectual. I want to get more with those intellectual people and then bring them over to where I want to do. You know? So that's
No.
not support. I see a lot of these channels. I can tell you this might be risky, right?
Yeah.
He got a lot of those people around him.
Oh yeah.
And he recognizes that. And he recognizes that these type of people, like there's people who want to just basically, hey, I want to just be dudes that I just want to be around the women. As long as you bring the women around, I'm good. As long as you give me FaceTime and the 600 in the chat, I'm good. You know, that's not support. You know, support is actually help. It's a different feeling and meaning. You know, so I when you talk about support, I see it from a different perspective, from a content creator's perspective, but in real life, it's not the same.
No, you're right. I'd like to welcome Dr. Frizzle to the panel and the Riz God for the second time. How you
The
doing?
Riz God.
Hey, E Black. Hey,
Hello.
panel.
That was
Virgil.
Hello.
So, Dr. Frizzle, let's start with you. What does support means to you on the YouTube streams in real life? How does it look like?
all right. Let's start with the YouTube, right? It's because YouTube real simple, right? Yeah, you go. I mean, it's pretty easy to support on YouTube, as long as you got that circle. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have that circle. You're gonna be subscribed to many people, or maybe a few, but you still got that main circle that you're gonna support, right? You're gonna send them cash outs, super chats. Y'all may do certain tasks for each other. You know what I'm saying? And show up for the show, even if you show up just to speak. You know what I'm saying? Say salute to to the people and speak to the chat. All that, that's support. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's the small things that count, right? But a lot of times it's the small things that count.
Mhm.
Now, as for real life, I real life, when you got people that's close to you, that you trying to develop something, right? I can understand if like maybe this person got their own thing going, right? But in some instances, they can have nothing going, but they'll only support you. What E Black said, they'll only support you when it benefits them, right?
Yeah.
You know, like and I'm gonna give an example because people who came to the studio, right? I had a studio. I'm just gonna tell a little short story. I had a studio. Everybody showed up. Shouts out to Ultimate DJ Tosh.
Salute.
Everybody showed up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to get in the studio. Oh yeah, we gonna go far. We gonna take this thing to another level. You know what I'm saying? Huh? And then yeah, once everything fell down and I rerouted myself, I jump into YouTube streets and I be like, hey, man, you a good talker. I mean, you talk better than I do. You'll be good to come on the show. You know what I'm saying? Start your own channel. You can just come kick it with me, see how it flow. And nobody show up, right? Nobody shows up. Send them the link, everything. Nobody shows up. A couple of them act like they don't even know how to click the link and get on here. You know what I'm saying? But your iPhone is the legitimate. But yeah, man. So support, man. Like on the streets, I believe this is what I believe in. When it comes to my personal life, I need some people that's ready to die for something that I believe in. And that's how I feel about that.
For sure,
Can I interject here?
Yeah, go
May
ahead.
I?
Go ahead.
I'm just loving.
I'll finish.
I like Dr. Frizzle Frost's accent. It's crazy awesome. That's all.
Appreciate it.
All right. Rizga, what does
She's trying to raise
support
him
mean
up.
to you? What does support looks like?
I mean, I kind of agree with everyone else was saying, but support, especially like on YouTube or so, helping me out and stuff, having my back and everything, helping, ways to grow my channel. And I mean, I'm pretty simple. I'm kind of a she-wolf. I kind of like to do things by myself, but when it comes to like people like helping me or supporting me, like I said, having my back, you know what I mean, and genuinely wanting to see me strive, like like what E Black was saying and Dr. Frizzle was saying, like some people only quote unquote support you because they think that they got something to gain from it, or they only there because like women are there, like they're not really there for you, but for someone else or personal gain. But I think support is like people that really care about you, that really like you and wants you to grow and stuff and rock with your brand. And like I said, vice versa, I'm a pretty good person too, and I'll do the same thing for them. So I would expect them to help me out too, if that makes sense. But that's just my personal perspective on it.
Yeah. For me on the YouTube stream, I'm appreciative of everything. Like I appreciate you guys being on the panel, that support, people in the chat coming in. You hit the Cash App, you you leave a comment. Even if you post my channel, even though the littlest thing, even if you mention my channel, I'll take that as support. I appreciate, even if you don't come here a lot, but you still support. You leave a like after the show is over. You leave a comment, even on TikTok, whatever. If you have a channel there, just be grateful. You're not gonna get everything, so be grateful on what you get. In real life, just call. Like especially the so-called your circle, your friends. Call, ask how you doing once in a while. Not every day. Once once a month. You still alive? How you doing? You need help? That's what supports, for me at least. Looks like. So be grateful what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Don't freak out about it. Whatever you get out of it, and then the rest is on you to grow. You grow, or you don't, or even if other things like bother you or bug you, like damn, I don't get the same support. These motherfuckers don't even come here. But it is what it is. You You just got to keep going forward, you know. And when you do make it to the top, sadly, only few people. Just remember the people that've been there since the beginning and supported you in any way. Because majority of people, once they make it to the top, they're gonna forget everybody. See you later. Thank you for the help, you know. So be grateful, you know. Do you have anybody has anything to say? Go ahead, E Black.
No, you're right. You're right. I think I get it. You know, like when you're starting out something and after you've built something, you understand the different levels of support, you know? And I think after a while you've done something, you recognize, okay, these are seasonal support systems, you know? Certain
Yeah.
things are seasonal, you know, like and you appreciate it. Trust me, you appreciate it. But at the same time, you're just kind of like, okay, like when you talk about support, like man, that I think that's more commitment based than anything else. And I think certain people have their own seasons, like and I appreciate everything. Trust me. You have appreciation to any type of variation of support, but you also understand like the true meaning of support when it's down and it's bad, the people that show up or the people that do influence it, and then you also understand the good part when like you got 100 in the chat. So you know, I think we when we talk about the word support, I think we're talking about that true meaning of hey, they're there through thick and thin, not just for seasons. And it's hard to really categorize those people that like, hey man, for 3 months, man, this dude was sharing my stuff. He was on my panel. He was doing it, and yeah, that's support. But at the same time, it's really tough to categorize, you know. But
Yeah.
we all, but like, I try to be human. I try to be a human, and understand that people got shit going on, Like,
Yeah.
Hassan, you might be going through something. You got a child support case. You might be going through a divorce. You might got your kid, some kids situation. You might got whatever going on. And for 3 months, when you was kind of like in the mode, you was there, and I appreciate that. But like that only lasts for say the next phase for a year, where after a year I'm like, yeah, I remember my Hassan doing it 3 months, but shit, man, I see Hassan still on these other people panel and he don't fuck with me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like is that support or is that just temporary seasonal, like so I think when it comes down to support, I think to the truest meaning of what you're saying is people who ride for you through the whole journey.
Hmm.
But it's tough because sometimes, like I said, you might be going through a season and a sign. You might have gave me the 3 months that you was really feeling it. Now you kicking it with other people, and now you feeling some other situations, and that's cool. But is that support or is that not support?
Depends on the person though. And I'm not saying you're wrong on that. It depends on the person. So is that person was there to use you to get from A to B, or that person was really supporting with you, but he was there but not there. He probably watched the replay. He still supported. True, he wasn't on the panel like how you used to, but he still show you support. So okay, he's still watching. He at least he's grateful. He's not backstabbing me, like because and some people they be there every day just to use you. Okay, I got E Black hooked me up with such and such. Later E Black or later Frizzle and such. So you got to be careful. You can't put everybody in the same bubble. with
Yeah.
that.
And then even from your perspective, it's like, okay, well, maybe I can recognize that you're in that little mode. It's tough, but like I said, that's why it's hard to really, like, in real life, you recognize more or less that type of support. Hey, Hassan was going through some stuff and he just needed a place to crash. And I provided that. Man, we good, but then he moved on. I respect that more in real life, but in the digital land, it's kind of like, man, I can't. It's tough because it's like, damn, all it is a press of a button because you're still on the same app.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you went to a whole different app. Like, I see you. I'm literally looking at you at another person's chat. You know what I mean? Like, I'm literally looking at your avatar, your name with a wrench on another person's chat. You're sharing his cash app. But then when it come to me after 3 months, when my numbers is down, you're not there. Yeah, you may still be doing the same things, but so that's why it's kind of tricky. I really have a struggle with support in that term, in that sense. But like I said, I respect it and I love everybody, but it's just like, I know what it is. We're entertainment, and support is not the same. It's only momentary for the endorphins and the stuff that is like in the seasons.
No, you're right. But real quick, shout out to Marquez and Madame. Appreciate you guys for coming. But you're right, E Black. But again, my point of view is, and you know what? Here's another thing. The way you look at it, a lot of people, 98%, they treat this like a business. Like, how I'm going to get the clout out of this. So again, we can't put everybody in the same bubble. But some people just, okay, I'm going to use E Black to get from point A to point B. Now, some people, they support you. They be there in the chat and the panel sometimes, or they're not in your chat as often. But to you, it looks like they're trying to use you. It looks a certain way, but they're really not. That's why you got to be careful when you put the blame on somebody. Hey, you're using me, or you like block somebody, or you ignore somebody. That's why you got to understand people before you throw them in the trash or you just ignore them, you know? Because some people, it may look a certain way, but it's actually not. You see what I'm saying? So that's why people got to be careful who you around, who you allow around you and stuff. And and everybody looks at support differently, you know. And I get it. It is what it is, you know. We can't be all in the same agreement, but at the same time, you just got to be careful because.
I think
Well,
the core, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I think
go
the core word is support. What do you consider support? And as you've grown as an individual, that word support means it travels with you. So, and I get it. The little bit of support that a first time, hey, I only got 5 people subscribed is different from 100 people subscribed to 1,000 people to 3,000 to, hey, Kai Sinet, you know, like support is going to change from there. And that level of support, you're always going to see what support looks like. And like I said, it's all dependent upon, I think supports in a digital space is always is way more lenient than it is in terms of like your partners in the street.
yeah,
It's like okay, right now, Hassan, all the people that's in the chat, if you was to gain 100,000 subscribers, would you still expect those people to be there?
Oh, I have
some
an
of them, yeah.
answer. I have an
Yeah,
answer.
yeah, go ahead.
You
Go
would
ahead.
need a really good bra, right? You guys are talking about support, right, in the digital world, and you're asking everybody to wear a very good support bra.
Yeah.
Isn't that true? Basically. You know what I mean? You don't want everyone to sag and, go different directions in regards to, you know what I mean? Like, just the support. I mean, if you don't have a good bra, you're going to definitely, gravity does say hi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in regards to the digital, I don't do content like the way you guys do it. And congratulations to all y'all for having even a platform that people can hear you and listen to your perspectives and all of that good stuff. So, like in regards to the support thing, you need a really good bra to hold it all up. And those that fill up that bra are the ones that you're talking about, right? Those, not the seasonal, not the seasonal supporters, but those that are with you in the long run. You guys are basically talking like you're married, right? You want commitment from everybody. That's the
Yeah,
kind of support that you want.
yeah,
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 I like your accent too, you Black. It's crazy awesome as well.
yeah.
Just
It's
saying.
me. I have the worst accent in America. I'm telling you right now. Trust me. I was raised in California. I live in Texas, but I worked in offices, so I'm like a white. I have this white corporate black accent. That's like is weird. But Hassan, okay, and
So
she's absolutely right. Hold on. We're right there. So yes, you will get support, but like I said, after a while, after 100,000 subs, the names that are in the channel, you still want them to have the same feeling and meaning that they originally came for. That's support, right?
yeah,
So that's
but
that's why I'm saying it starts from, hey, I need you, but while I'm still here and while I've done success off of you, you're still doing the same things genuinely because you want from the beginning. But hey, Marcus in the big Marcus now is an admin, or Cammy's an admin, and you got 100,000. That's a different type of support from when Hasim had 500 subs, right?
yeah, but E Black, that depends on the host. So let's say any of us reach 100,000. Now, if you start to change, we've seen it a lot. People they
It's
get
not
to
about okay. I feel you. And I'm sorry, but I don't, and I'm sorry for cutting you off, but
no, you're good, you're good. Go ahead.
the point is that you don't change. You're still growing
Yeah,
as an individual, but these individuals that started off with you, they got a wrench in the beginning, and then at 100,000, that wrench means something different. Are they really supporting you?
if they stayed with me till then, yeah, they still
But
support.
okay. Sometimes some people take that wrench and they're like, "Hey, I was here because they only wanted you to stay at 500 subs. They liked you only when you had 500 subs."
Oh,
That's not.
you're talking about the host or the people in the chat staying around, or the who? So you're saying that the people in the chat changed once you reached 100,000, right?
But well, I'm saying, yeah, the people in the chat change because you have now more visibility, but like like you're not reading every comment now. Like are they still there for support?
Wait, so are you
Mm,
asking, are they there to see you do better but not better than them? And when you
Yes.
do better than them, they drop you.
Yes.
Okay.
Miss University, thank you for coming. Hassa, salute, salute. Well, before we go on, Miss Ty DJ, salute. Welcome to the panel.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, how
Hey.
you doing?
Y'all
Wait,
talking
What's
about
up,
y'all
Tash?
talking about hit the link. I done took a Tylenol PM and y'all talking about hit the link. Hassan, what's up? Thank you
what's
for
up?
always showing up. I seen you guys. I was happy to see you. I was happy to see you broadcast, and I'm glad, Frizzle, that you actually posted it up on your page because that's where I saw it at as I was going through. And you know, both of you guys have been on my show, and of course, I'm always going to support you guys.
Yes, appreciate you for
Appreciate
coming,
it.
Red Girl. Thank you for coming. But God, what you got to say? What does support mean to you in real life, in this internet stuff?
Well, you know, like I said in the chat a minute ago, sometimes it gets to the point where we're not huge streamers just yet, you know. So the support comes gradually. And it's not about who shows up, it's about what you do as a podcaster. You know, your show is your show. You put the show together. So whether anybody show up or not, you still have to do a good show. You guys, you know, you and Fro know that you know, I do a different kind of show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes people make it and sometimes people don't. I just did 2 shows back to back. One of them had a lot of people, one of them had one. But I'm still gonna do my show. You get what I'm saying? Like there's and believe it or not, I don't know if it was Homeroom with Smooth or one of them taught me that when I did an interview with him. And I think it was Homeroom with Smooth. But what he taught me was do your show regardless. But that's one of the main things of me being an events coordinator and an A&R. My conversation always to any artist is I don't care if there's 6 or 7 people in the audience, make sure you do the show like there's 1,000 people in the audience. So it's not about support of other people. The support have to come from you internally first. You have to believe in yourself so that other people can believe in you the same way. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not about everybody showing up all the time because everybody is not going to show up all the time.
that's true.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah.
if you start putting all your money and all your bread in that one basket, like, okay, well, I need for them to always be there for you, gonna always be fucking disappointed. You get what I'm saying? So it's not a matter of that being a way of support when it comes to, you know, just people in particular. You don't bank yourself on people. You have to have that security within yourself to be able to say, you know what, the show must go on regardless. So, you know, the support is really from yourself first before it's outward. It's in, just like God is within and not without. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's not an outward thing, it's an inward thing. And then your inward will reflect to the out and draw in. You get what I mean? So
Yeah.
support is you first. You your first support.
No, I appreciate that. Genesis 1, you've been quiet for a while. What you got to say? And what you just heard.
I think I disagree that it's a marriage. In my opinion, it's not a marriage. And nobody owes anybody anything in these YouTube streets. And support, as I said before, can come in so many different forms, whether somebody shares your content out on their community wall, whether somebody likes a video, comments on a video, recommends your channel, you know, and we can't hold people hostage to, you know, to their content creators. Life happens. And I'll take myself as an example. I was modding for 4 years before I ever started, before I even thought about becoming a content creator. Once I became a content creator, my focus was concentrating and building my platform. Now, does that mean that, you know, all the channels that I mod for I didn't support? No, but support was different. Clearly I can't be a mod in 20 chats if I'm trying to build my platform. There's no way that I can do that. And my channel got compromised a couple of months ago. And I reached out to a number of people and said, hey, you know, my channel got compromised. I'm rebuilding. That's why you haven't seen me. Now, a handful of people responded. Now, am I going to take it personally that, the 80 people that I reached out for, and I'm using 80 as a random number, the 80 people that I reached out to say, hey, my channel was compromised and I rebuild, and maybe 20 people returned. Am I going to hold them hostage to their support? No, I'm not. Nobody owes anybody anything on these YouTube streets. And to say that, somebody is going to be there until the end, there's no possible way that anybody can do that. Life happens, things happen in life, people move on, people's, tastes change, and we can't hold anybody hostage to support. And the one thing that I've learned is that you cannot take it personally when it comes to the audience, the subscribers, or whatever terminology that you use for people who invest in your channel, because there are channels that I've subscribed to that I go there maybe once in a blue moon. Now, does the host say, "Oh, I wonder where Genesis One is"? No, they say, "Hey, it's good to see you. Thank you for being here," because life happens, and the digital world, it's it's a very very shaky environment to be in. And again, to say, "Oh, someone's only here to build their channel, and once they pop off, you never see them again." Everybody's everywhere to build their channel. Now, do people have ulterior motives? Yes. But at the end of the day, can we lump everybody into that bracket? No. Again, to what the young lady was saying, you have to be your own champion, be your own supporter, whether there's one person in the chat or 100,000 people in the chat. You have to be your own supporter. Have that same energy. Deliver the content as if everybody's watching when there's nobody watching, because at the end of the day, nobody owes anybody anything. Time is very precious, and whether they're there for a millisecond or they're there for 3 months, 3 years, 30 years, or what have you, we have to respect the audience, and it's their choice. It's their choice whether they want to support you or not, in whatever way, shape, or form that they feel and that's comfortable for them.
Man, and I agree with you. Hassan, you know how Corey Love is kind of popping off, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he went from a very obscure channel, 500, 600,000, maybe 2,000 to 11,000.
Yeah.
Support looks way different to him now than when he first started off, and sometimes people enjoy the smallness, the like the people that are around you right now, where you're kind of like, hey, I got like a couple of hundred people, or whatever. But then later on, when you get larger, they're kind of like, hey, well, this crowd, I don't like the crowd, or I don't. I enjoyed you more when it was just us and the intimacy that we had as an audience member. I still support, and they'll say, I still support you, but I just kind of want a different environment. So that's the kind of weirdness that, like I said, in the digital world, this is a digital world where we're saying, what is that? Is that really still support? Hey, Hassan, I love you. You've grown your channel to 20, 30, 40, 100,000. I still support you. They'll say, I still support you, but I'm not going to be in your channel. I'm not going to send you super chats. I'm not going to do anything that represents support, but is that really support?
Damn. So what name do you give that then? Like, it's just, you just there, or well, how will you describe it in a better way? So
Followers.
followers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead,
would
Mark.
agree. I would agree. They're followers, but they're temporary supporters.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mike. You have anything to say about what everybody just said right now? And you typed in stuff.
I was just typing in stuff. That doesn't mean not a lot. I don't content create, so I have no idea. I'm just coming at you from a non-content creator perspective.
Okay.
I follow people that resonate with my journey. You know what I mean? And the more I grow, it's dependent on the topics that I listen to, and a lot of the time, a lot of the content stays the same. You know what I mean? Like for months. And it's possibly just because it's catering to a massive crowd of people, you know what I mean, that are in that journey at that present time. But during the growth journey, you know what I mean? Like I listen, I support financially, as I've never ever spoken live in a stream before. This is kind of a little bit, it's shaking my equilibrium, to be fair. However, I'll soldier forward and say that I have followed you since Freezy. I seen you in Freezy's stream. That is
Yeah.
where I first initially saw you, and I liked your content then, so I became a subscriber of your channel. As well, I did not realize that is E Black hot sauce. Are you hot sauce?
Yeah, hi.
No, I'm not hot sauce.
Oh, is a hot sauce on the panel?
Yeah. He's on the panel.
Yeah, he on the
Oh,
panel.
yeah, I've heard hot sauce a lot too. You guys are quite amazing humans. I would just like to say that out loud and let you know that your influence out there in the world does have an impact. So don't give up. Stay strong, have confidence in yourself, and keep pushing forth your message, whatever the message may be.
I appreciate that. Coming a lot from Australia. Hot sauce, what up, hot sauce? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I just wanted to come up and say hi, man, because it's been a while. I haven't heard from you or Dr. Fizzle in a while, so I just wanted to say, hey, what's up? Hope everybody's doing good and y'all doing well and all that. Hope everybody's doing well.
Well, I appreciate
Yeah, same back to you, hot sauce. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Go ahead, Frizzle. What you got to say on all this? You've been quiet.
Oh yeah, man. Pretty much, like I said, we support the YouTube streets. You got your handful. You got your five fingers make a fist, punch your way through a lot of things. And that's really your support group, like that tiny circle when it comes to the YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Just that little tiny circle. Y'all gonna show up more than anybody else. Help moderate the chat, pull up to the show, you know what I'm saying? Click the link, add to the concept of the topic. And but like I said, it's a whole difference in your personal life. And like in your personal life, well, for me anyway, in my personal life, I take it personal. Mess with my money. Yeah. But that's all I got on support though. On the support thing. What was y'all talking about earlier? I think I kind of missed out, Genesis. Oh, there, Hassan, he back.
Yeah, I'm back. No, I appreciate you, Frizzle. No, but E Black, you got me thinking. Because when you say if we reach like 50,000, 100,000, things are gonna change for the most part. And you're right about that. But at the same time, to me, I don't know how everybody feels. Just keep in contact with the ones that have been there, Like, things are going to change. Maybe you see them in the chat, but always keep contact with them on IG or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't forget, because everybody.
But you've never, but Hassan, you've never kept in contact with them before.
Hey,
you don't talk to them on IG now.
No.
The only time you talk to these people are when you're online or when you hit the live button.
You're talking about those people. That just additional support though. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's the thing. So now we're splitting up additional support from real supporter, and it's like what is this word support that we're looking at, that like, or a real supporter, when we've had different levels? There's people who contact you and they send you clips and they send you stuff, but they're never in the chat too. I have people right now who send me stuff on Instagram and we have conversations. They never in the chat.
So if I can ask, what's the topic, like how to build your how to build your I'm about to say how to build your YouTube channel.
No.
Support.
Hassan asked the question.
Well, what does support mean? How does support look like to you on YouTube or the internet or in real life? What does support look like to Hassan?
Oh, well, support's gonna be different. Like, well, YouTube, I don't have a channel, so I can't really answer that. But support in the professional world is just, making sure that your team and the people that are you working with believe in the same mission, believe in the same goals, and working as hard as they can to achieve the goals for the company. Personal life support is just depends on the type of relationships, right? If it's family, of course being there for one another. If it's friendships, being able to spend quality time together, decompress and things like that. So that's what support looks like to me.
Okay, but you say true, you don't have a YouTube channel, but you do be in the chat and panel. So this is the question for you.
Mm-hmm.
When you go in people's chat, they give you some give you rant, some don't, some you hit the. Do you feel like they appreciate you being up there, or you feel like what the hell? Why is Hassan?
Oh, okay.
How does that feel to you from the outside?
The channels that I'm at, the channels that I'm at now, I would say there's a community there, right? And the channels that I used to be subscribed to, but I'm no longer subscribed to because there's not a community, right? There's no longer community there. So, whether or not the host appreciates me or not, I don't know, but I like the community that channel fosters.
Okay.
Right. So like I enjoy talking to the host. I enjoy talking to other subscribers. Like for example, I met you on Freezy's, right? So, so and then same thing with Frizzle, right? So even if I'm not talking to the host, I can still communicate with other people in the chat that I'm familiar with. So it's a community there. And if I don't have that, I don't really go to that channel anymore.
Okay. DJ, do you have anything to add to this?
The one thing that people have to understand is that YouTube is not your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Nobody is obligated to tune into you or subscribe or even support in any monetary way. What we take into consideration is that people have enough love in them to just stop by, even if they subscribe. That support. The stopping by is support. It doesn't have to be on a daily, regular, all the time basis. It do you good to see some of those people regularly, but that's not my boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like this you're not my boyfriend. So I can't expect to have that support from you in the way that, like I would from my boyfriend. But I thank everybody that do come through, that do support, that do, Hassan, you one of the persons that constantly come through. And I'm always happy to see you. And I always let them know. And then not only do I let them know, let you know, but I let my guests know when you're in the building to also check out Hassan Tahir show. And that's my way of supporting. If I can send anybody your direction, I definitely will. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
I appreciate
people,
it.
you can't let this thing get so important and entangled. You can't get entangled into the social media thing to where the point where you turn into like a girl or like a dependent on people on YouTube. Because why did you create the channel? Did you create the channel just to be seen, or do you want to be heard? There's a big difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that's tough. I think that's really tough because sometimes you evolve as an individual where you recognize what is necessary. Sometimes I want to be heard, but I got to be seen to be heard. And I'm not trying to do no tricks on words. I'm just being real. Like, so I've seen people go through the growth where they've said, you know what, I want to be successful at this, not just to do this. I want to be successful at this. And therefore they bring in a new audience, and therefore that brings in different eyes, which looks like supporters, but it's not necessarily supporters, but I don't see it necessarily as supporters. I just see it as audience.
Well, your audience is your support.
No. Your audience is your audience. Your supporters are different than your audience. I think that's a good question. What's the difference between audience and supporters?
Okay. To me, that sounds like, the audience just come, they probably leave a comment or two, and they bounce, maybe. Your true supporters, even they be there all the time. Like they comment, even they missed a live, like, oh, I'm watching the replay. They leave a comment or two. They're always there all the time. Like, you see them. Even, let me put another word. Even if they put one comment, but they're there every time you go live, that's a true supporter. An audience, maybe, like they once in a while maybe they come, but maybe they want to support you, or maybe they're subscribed to too many people. Like, for example, I'm subscribed to a lot of people. Some channels I haven't been there in a while. I even forgot. I gotta go search up and reconnect with them, because some people have too many subscribers, and like Genesis 1 said earlier, you can't be everywhere at all times. When they see E Black Live, they come support.
Well, okay. I think Lapeef went through the same thing, right? Lapeef has 90,000 subscribers, and
Yes.
people are saying that they are washed up and all that blase.
Yeah.
We all or I would say, from my perspective, we all support them, but we're not necessarily there to support them. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
because
is that, are we supporters, or are we just audience?
Damn. Because Lapeef, he's the original in our space.
But we're not. But are we audience, or are we supporters if we're not necessarily supporting them? Because they have 90,000 subscribers. They do lives. He hasn't switched up. He does King Talk. He's really doing the same thing that he's always done, minus maybe 2 or 3 shows. Are we supporters, or are we really audience if we're not really supporting?
Yeah. At this point, most of us, and no Lapeef, we're just audience. And I mean, we're there, but we're not really supporting.
Okay.
That's how
That's
I look, like, especially when it comes to Lapeef.
And that goes back to what I was saying. Once somebody gets large enough, are we really supporting?
Yeah.
And I go back to DJ Hamp. Everybody supports him now. He gets large enough. What does that support look like when those people who can no longer be on the panel do the same, have the wrench? Is that really support, or are we just temporary individuals going through a season?
No, and you're right about that. And most of them they're just there because he's the hot thing right now.
Yes.
Once that dies out, they move on to the next thing. The majority, at least.
So are they supporters now, or are they? What are they? What do you consider them now?
Well, the majority, then the audience, because DJ Ham, if we're being honest, he knows who his truly supporters. He knows, he sees them in the back chat or whatever. E Black, you know who exactly supports you.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't. No.
Really?
I really don't. I really don't.
No, no,
Okay.
but the names that pop out in your chat or in your comments, the replay, whatever, like the names you see in other social media, like TikTok, IG, they hit a like, they comment on your community wall, something.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I think because I'm still growing, I'm still trying to grow. I don't I know okay, I can count maybe 50 people at a in that situation that you're talking about. Maybe 70 people at most. The
Okay,
other the other 2,930 people, I have no clue who they are.
damn. So those are the audience. Then we keep talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So you got to know who's really supporting you. The Cash App, the Super Chat, leaves a comment because everything counts. Oh, well, at least for me, that's how I look at it. And I
But if they
appreciate.
leave in a cash app, if they're leaving a comment, like they're not, even those people aren't supporters. I get it. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, guys, if we're taking up the, I don't want to hog up the mic, but I I randomly get comments on videos too.
Yeah.
But then I also talk to individuals personally, and they'll say, "Hey, they seen such and such video." Those two people, it's not. That's why I say the digital world is funny like that, to where you're not necessarily getting the most. Like me and Chicago Rilla talk like a lot. I have a lot of individuals who like I talk to a lot. They're not in the comments.
Mm.
You know, they're not as visible, but I know that they're there. Like I'll look at my numbers and I know that, hey, I got a like. I can, like I said, I know the 70 people who support me. I know that number.
Mm.
So a lot of times it's not necessarily off of numbers or chat or cash apps. Sometimes it is different. And that's what I'm saying. Support looks different online.
Nah. Damn.
Like you have a lot of supporters, Hassan. You might not know it, but you have people who fuck with you. But you might look at your numbers and be like, "Man, where these motherfuckers at?"
No, because if we're being honest, yeah, I appreciate everybody though, but people, a lot of them
That's
want some
right.
drama.
That's right. Say thank you regardless, Hassan.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm always appreciative, but the thing is, most people they want drama.
yeah,
They 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 want me to become like everybody. Oh, let's review what E Black did today. Agree with him or disagree, or what DJ Ham did or Lapeef. But sometimes I I don't want to do that. I want to be like different, because when you review, and I get it, that's how the internet, how
right.
most everybody
Yeah,
does it.
rehashing content is the most viewable version of content. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But here's the problem with that. The way I look at it, if I do that, then that's gonna cause a problem. I review E Black. Well, I disagree with E Black. And I name like 10 things, and your E Black is wrong. And whoever's on the panel with you, I agree with, and I'm making you look bad, or I'm agreeing with such and such. Now we got drama. Then you review my show. Then you attack me, and then we go in this never ending cycle. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yeah.
trying to stay away from that.
I
Reviewing. Go ahead, Genesis.
I disagree. I don't think that the majority of people want drama because the most successful YouTube channels are not drama based channels. And getting back to support versus audience, for me, the audience is the support because if you don't have an audience, YouTube isn't going to push your content out into the algorithm. Now, not everybody can cash app, not everybody can be in every live. Not everybody can watch every video. Not everybody can comment on every video, whether you're a content creator or you're a subscriber. But we're all external stakeholders in the YouTube space.
That's
And
right.
and for me, the mere fact that somebody is there and they're giving me their undivided attention for however long that they can, that to me is support.
That's
Because
right.
when we start out our YouTube, I'll speak for myself. When I started out my YouTube journey, I started it out in mind as it is a business. I don't want to have a hangout session. I don't want to have, a session where people come up and they drink and they talk about, frivolous things. That's not the platform that I want to build. That's not the atmosphere that I want to participate in. Again, everybody's YouTube journey is different. Now, I think for me, what I've done is I didn't limit myself to one particular sector, one particular group, one particular area. I made sure that I went out into different branches, even into, things that I'm not interested in. I'm not interested in basket weaving, but I will go into the basket weaving community because I can draw knowledge from that, right? If I sit in the same community with the same group of people going over rehashing the same content, I'm not going to grow as an individual. I'm not going to grow as a content creator. I want to be in a space where I want to learn something. I want to grow from something. I want to build my channel. YouTube is a business, point blank, period. Now, a lot of people don't understand that. And once they start to get traction and they start to get a bit more successful and they realize, oh, wait a second, hold on a minute here. I can really build my brand into something global. Then they start to change. And the people that were coming up with them in the beginning were saying, but hold on a second, wait a minute. We used to come here and we used to, hang out and we used to do all of this stuff. Now you're switching up on us. Now you're changing, because people are realizing that it is a business. And you have to conduct yourself in a business type manner. But at the end of the day, people are going to do what they want. Whether people want to support you, they'll support you. Whether you want to call them an audience member, a true supporter, or whatnot, people are going to do what they want to do. And as I said before in the beginning, you can't hold anybody hostage with their time, because individuals are going to go where they want, do what they want, and at the end of the day, whether they're here with you in the beginning, you blow up to 100,000, people drop off, people come back. That's just the cycle of life. It is what it is, as Hassan likes to say, and you can't hold anybody hostage. You just can't do it.
No, you're
Yeah,
you're right on
yeah,
that.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I think what it is, everybody don't like drama. As you can see, my wrestling channel jumping. You know what I'm saying? It don't need to be that many people in there, but it still be jumping. You know what I'm saying? You be having fun over there. You feel me?
Yeah.
I went to Blue Jay channel. We did a review on her on earthquakes. We were reviewing earthquake video, and people started just popping up. You know what I'm saying? Just popping up. So it just get your content, deliver it in the best way you can, and people gonna show up. If they like it, they like the topic, they gonna pull up. You know, they like the way you deliver, they gonna subscribe. It ain't all about the drama. That's just mostly in itself that we stuck in. But other than that, though, man, you got to try something different.
No, you're right. You're right on that. But E Black, you've been here a while. You got big subscribers. What do you think about all this? What is your true honest opinion? Like, you've been in the game for a while.
I think, man, that's tough. And I'm just being honest with you. I think every day is a different day. Everybody has an opportunity to grow. Like, I don't think myself as a large subscriber. I think in terms of everybody, like when you compare me to Kai Cenat, I'm a very Mr. Beast. I'm a very everybody, even shit, fucking like your regular reaction channels. I'm a small. I don't consider myself a large subscriber, but I do recognize that I've surpassed certain channels that have implemented some type of plan, and I'm like, okay, I got more pull than now. So I recognize certain things. I'm not ignorant to it. But when we talk about, I think live audiences, the digital platform in terms of like shorts do play a difference. Pre-records play a difference. Engagement plays a difference. Your audience plays a difference. A lot of your tonality, everything plays a difference. So if I was to say, you know, on the topic of support, you know, support from individuals is always going to feel like it, but you got to understand the motive. And that's the most important. What is their motive? And that's kind of like the way I feel about it. Like I have some videos where, like I said, I've done some interviews with OG Percy, JT the Bigger Figure. Some of my Mike TV videos still get kind of like some shit. Some of my old B videos, like I get comments. So comments don't necessarily mean support. They might be a support for a moment. Man, fuck Mike TV. You know, like I'll get a comment from there, and then I'll see my subscribers go up 10. Okay, are they supporters of me or subscribers? You know, so I keep that in perspective, and then like I just look at it as okay, and that's why I'm so jaded with supporters, because I know I only have a few supporters where they share my content, they actually share, like they actually hit the like button. Like when I end the live button, I have a number that I expect for that live, and then a 24-hour or 48-hour number for those viewers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then I also have people who I talk to and who do YouTube, and I kind of like get their vibe of, hey, did you see this? If they ain't giving me no real feedback, then I know, hey, I ain't hitting on it. But the whole thing I'm saying is just, when you're doing digital platforming and you're looking for support, is understand the seasons. I think the seasons are the best thing that I can say, is just understand, hey, this person's here because of a certain reason. You know?
Yeah.
And appreciate it. It's fine. Look, hey, last fall it was great in Texas. We had great weather in Texas. It's cold as hell right now, and it's the most ugliest weather. That's fine. But I appreciate the last 5-6 months that I've had in Texas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But like I don't expect it to be like that all the time. And if they come back, they come back. But like I'm not like one of those people that have to have Joshua, Hassan, Queen. I don't have to have these people in my chat, because I recognize that I'm doing this for a different reason. Some people have to have the same people, and that's cool. But like I said, I'm not running that game.
Okay.
And trust me, oh man, there's people who I would love to be in the chat, but I done walked away from this app so many damn times. Like I would love to come back and just say, hey, how you doing? Send the super chat, membership, get really involved, get in the game. Like, oh, what you talking about? Man, I'm sorry, man. My daughter got dance practice. She in recital season. I can't do it, man. I'm done for a month. You know?
Yeah, I got you. Miss
It's like-
Sun, thank you for coming. But not to cut you off, Ebla, but here's the difference though. You, even if you disappear for 5 months straight, no comment, you just watch from the cloud, but you're still a big name in this space and other space too. Oh, A Black is back. Not everybody can have that. You know what I'm saying? Even if you do a live, people still gonna go over there. Black, because you got a name. Your name rings.
Yeah, and that's subjective. That's subjective.
Miss Brenda, thank you for coming. But yeah, like you know, some
I,
people they disappear, they be forgotten.
yeah, that's subjective. I think I once again, I think that's subjective, but I understand the point. But I think I have to. How long you been doing this, Hassan?
Doing my live since January, and then I stopped for a little while.
Yeah, yeah. I've been doing this 3.5 years. So yeah, after a while, you'll kind of understand where the perspective that I've come through. I've kind of come like I get it. The first initial rush, the first initial push, yeah, you all for it. You recognize every name. You're responding to every comment. You see every like. Year two, you're still doing it. Year three, you're still doing it, but you're like, look, I got a real life. I got to handle my stuff. And then when you come back, you see certain people and you understand where I'm coming from. Where it's like, okay, what is really support? You know, like I don't expect nothing from nobody because I know I have to do what I have to do. But I also understand where I see the different phases of individuals who do get so-called support. And I'm like, that's not really support. That's audience.
So is there a follow up to the support angle, Hassan? Because I
Oh no, I know everybody spoke their piece, and I appreciate everybody. And I just noticed we hit the 2 hour mark. You know, I was just planning to just go 1 hour. But
Sound
But
like me.
I fucked that up. Okay, my fault. You saying I'm
oh no,
talking too much? All right, man.
oh,
Y'all have a good night. Nah.
no, you're good. You're good. I
You
love
sound
this.
like me, Hassan.
Uh, in, I appreciate everybody that came, that left a like. So the net, what we were talking about earlier, Frizzle, before, what does support mean to you? What is your opinion on 2024 leading into 2025? Let's start with E Black. What you thought about this year, and what you think? What is your prediction for next year?
Man, oof. I don't know. The last say 2 years have been hectic for me. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm being very optimistic that it's gonna all come crashing down.
Hmm.
I don't know. I have a very uneasy feeling for the next 24 365. Nothing, it just seems everything just seems too commercial good. Like everything seems good, but then I'm like watching Israel invade Syria and I'm just like, what the fuck? You
Yeah.
know, it's like shit is around the world is fucked up. The rules that are suspected to be in place are don't sound good. Nothing really sounds really good right now. That I'm just kind of so I don't know. I'm enjoying life. I'm at a good place. I've really worked through a lot of issues, a lot of man. If y'all only knew, but I'm happy, and I'm hoping that everybody else is happy, and I'm hoping for the best for everybody else. But from what I'm looking at, and I'm not a doom and gloom person. I'm just seeing like, yo, in the next 365, man, unless they get this shit right, man, this shit looking crazy.
No, I agree with you there, Doctor Frizzle. What about you? Are you there?
Okay. Yeah, I'm here. Uh, just when if it do crumble down, I'll worry about that when that time comes. But other than that, this year was the prep work. Next year for me, it's time to cook. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it. We finna cook. I'm talking about, hey, it's on.
Genesis 1. What are your thoughts?
I think that I've been in 2025 since September, and I'm so looking forward to the new year. And at the end of the day, I can only be responsible for my behavior and how I choose to react to something, because if something is going to happen, it's going to happen. And if we're honest, we're in control of nothing. We are in control of nothing except for our own emotions. So, yeah, I'm just looking forward to 2025 and being more, prepared, to come what may, accept the good with the bad, because at the end of the day, again, I can only respond to what I'm being given, and I have to choose how I want to respond to that. But Hassan, I'm so glad that you're back. It's been a long time. Congratulations on starting your lives again. I really hope that you continue. To the panel, it was great meeting everybody, getting to talk to everybody. Dr. Frizzle, good to see you. It's been a while. And Hot Sauce, it was great to hear from you as well. And to the chat, thank you guys so much. Hassan, everybody, have a good night, and enjoy the rest of 2025. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you don't, just happy peace and blessings all around. Take care. Thanks so much for having me. I really, really enjoyed it.
I appreciate you for coming, Genesis 1. Salute.
All right, Genesis.
DJ, what do you think?
Y'all know me. I'm trying to take over the world.
Yeah.
I feel the same way in 2025 that I did in 2024. I'm trying to take over the world. You know, my positivity is in moving ahead. It's not worrying about where I'm. There some people get stuck where they at. Now I'm not looking in the back range. I'm not looking in the rear view. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to the next year. I'm looking forward to what's coming up. I'm looking forward to different things. And like I said in my earlier live, there's some things that can be improved on my channel, but there's also different subjects that I can cover because I'm multifaceted. You understand? Like it's not just one mode for me. There's reviews that I do for music behind the scenes. That's going to become another channel. There's news and stuff that, there's things to be reported on. So that's going to be another channel for me in 2025 alongside with the Ultimate DJ channel. You get what I'm saying? So there's not just a one blanket thing that I'm depressed about when I'm multifaceted. You know what I mean? Like there's not one basic thing that I'm trying to stick to when there's many things that I can do. And I just hope that everybody else can take that in on the inside of them to where, it doesn't sound like, well, you got to come over and you got to be a part of this. Nah, y'all could be a part of whatever, and I'm going to still be to everything that you add to the channel, because even if you just subscribe to my channel, that is support for me. Why? Is because it gets me further to where I want to be and where I'm intending to go. You know what I mean? So, when you look at this thing, you have to look at it from a positive angle. And like Genesis said, Genesis hit it, she clarified exactly what I said to y'all before, by saying that this is a business, but it's really a form of entertainment sometime more than it is a business. It's not a business until you're making real money. You know what I mean? And then when you start to see people fall away and fall back and you need to change up your program a little bit, because evidently what's happening is that these people are no longer interested in that which you're talking about. You have to keep people interested in order to keep the live support that you want and that you need. It has to have some sort of niche to where people will grab hold to it and they'll want to stay on board with you. The funny part about what E Black said was, you know, you guys were laughing about Mike TV, but Mike TV, I have been a supporter of Mike since he had 14 people in the chat, and we was in there burning up Mylan and buying him a shirt because he ain't know how to pick up a damn girl. You know, like I go all the way back with Mike TV to when J9 and him was on the channel together. And my support to him behind the scenes is sending him clips so that he could put his program together. Like I send him emails, me and him laugh daily or every couple weeks or something through the email about something that I done sent him, talking about, good morning, bro, check this bullshit right here out. You know what I mean? So those things are all a form of support to each other. Like when you come on my show, Hassan, you always drop somebody else. Well, check this channel out and, you know, interact with these people right here. And I'll tell you whether or not this is what I want to be engaging in. You get what I'm saying? And and take it from there. But I consider that support. I consider that not just the audience, but also support. You got to cash at me. My damn bill's going to be paid regardless. Before I came to YouTube, my bills was going to be paid. You get what I'm saying? So it's not about that for me. The extra money is always good and the extra people is always good. However, this is really an entertainment channel. YouTube was for entertainment purposes with some money on the end of it. So if you're established enough to receive some money behind what you do and some revenue for the product that you put out, say thank you and be grateful. And until you do that, you know, like until you get to that stage and that area of doing things, do your best and keep doing your best. Like, you know, this is something that you decided to do. YouTube ain't asked you to do a damn thing. So whenever, you know, it gets to the point where if you start getting depressed behind this, doing it, and you talking, you know, it's only about support and it's only about people, you know, checking you out and I need to, no, then you on the wrong spot. Because this is, you know, when you started off, when you jumped out there enthusiastic, the emphasis on money and support and all that stuff, it shouldn't even be one of those things because you started out with a different program. Your program was, well, I have something to say. And if you have something to say, just say what you're trying to say and get it over with, whether it's 3 or 4 people or 900,000 people. Say what you're trying to say. And then whoever agrees with what you're saying are usually going to gravitate towards you. You know, my channel gets stronger and stronger, but my channel gets stronger and stronger because of music that I do. I do music and then I do a live. You get what I'm saying? Like, and my live is consistent with the musicians that I'm promoting on the channel. So in 2025, my program is still the same. Trying to take over the world, Mr. Pinky. And that's just who I am. You get what I'm saying? Like everything else falls by the wayside. You got to keep your positives positive. It's not just about $1. If it's just about $1, you need to get a job.
No, you're right. You're right.
Look at the positive in this thing while you're going forward. You know what I mean? Like, because if not, this thing will make you depressed. You know,
Right.
everybody can't be a celebrity. Everybody want to jump on one day and be a celebrity. That's not how it works. You have to work toward that. And so, you know, on that note, I love you guys, Fro, Hassan, and I'll catch up with y'all because this Tylenol PM is kicking in. But
you know, we appreciate you coming through, Tash.
Yeah,
nice
bro, and you know how I do. I be up with you on the video games. You don't even be doing nothing but playing the damn video game. You get what I'm saying? And you know, if I'm up and you up and that's what you doing, that's what we doing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
For
Yes,
real.
ma'am.
And people have to learn how to be thankful for even that time. Because time is something that you cannot get back. So if you don't take time to appreciate the people's time, then what are you doing this thing for? Like, you in it for the wrong reasons. You know, I appreciate every time y'all drop through. What I say when you drop through. What up, Crooked Letter?
Big shouts out. Big old shout out. You know what I mean?
You get what I'm saying? And after a Crooked Letter, I send them right to Dr. Frizzle Frost show. Hassan come in with the salute. And what I do, I send them right to Hassan Tahir's show. That's also one of the other podcasts. That's called supporting each other. And that's what y'all need to take into 2025. Which you take in the positive and leave the negative behind, because the negative is going to be a lag and it's going to show up in your show.
Right.
And, you know, on that, y'all know I love you and I holla.
Appreciate
it. Have a good one. Happy holidays. Yeah.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
No, appreciate you. But yeah, 2024 been crazy, amazing. Oh, what up, Ruda? Salute. Appreciate you for coming. You can hit the panel real quick if you want. But it's been crazy and also been amazing, especially E Black can relate to this. We've both been to an event. I've been to a boxing event. He knocked out somebody. I got knocked out. Miss Tasha, appreciate you. But the world's been crazy. 2025. I mean, it's gonna get crazier. And just like Genesis 1 said, the only thing you can do, control yourself and your emotions. But the world is getting crazy. So my fellow Americans, be prepared. We might get drafted. Either 2025 or 2026, but it's coming.
They not drafting my old ass.
I was gonna say, no. What's the age? What's the age?
well, right now is 18 to 26. But if things escalate and get bad, it's gonna be just like Ukraine, from 18 to 60 years old. They'll take you. If things escalated, if Ukraine can do it, everybody else is gonna follow through.
No, I think I have a doom and gloom scenario, but I think we're gonna be fine. I just fear for the bottom line. You know, I hope that everything I live in a country now, and I see a little bit of supply chain, and I hope that the small companies and small factories are able to make it. That's what I'm worried about. Hey, let the little guy just still make it, you know? I don't care. Look. I think some major company might have to go, you know, whether it's Ford, Chevrolet, you know, whatever company that you have on your in your house. One of those companies might go, but shit. Let's just make sure. I hope we make it all out.
And I'll add this to it. Things will get more expensive. If you think things are bad now, you know, most people are going to be working 3 jobs now.
Man,
that's how crazy it's going to get. So hopefully,
hey, McDonald's is still hiring. That's how I know that reference.
It's money.
Yeah. Hey. It's money. No, I got you. But hey, I appreciate you guys. We hit the 2 hour and almost 30 minutes. I appreciate everybody. Final thoughts. Dr. Frizzle, what is your final thoughts on everything we talked about? What you're doing on your show?
Yeah, you know, if you're a wrestling fan, you can go subscribe to me at Unhinged Main Event Pro. We talk about wrestling. We have open panels on wrestling. Me and my co-host Wiley, we be chopping it up. I mean, we be having fun. You know what I'm saying? It's a great thing over there that's going. As for my channel on Dr. Frizzle, we got shows coming. I got some shows set up for next year. We're gonna be doing some shows over there. We got a few skits coming from here to time. Be looking out for my Christmas special. On Christmas, I'm gonna be dropping a Christmas special. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all subscribe it up. on our way to 500 on Dr. Frizzle, and on our way to 1,000 on Main Event Fro. And for my final words is, we don't need no helicopter. Elevate over heels.
I appreciate it.
Got it.
Frizzle. Genesis One, what is your final thoughts and what is your plans for your show starting next year?
My final thoughts are peace and blessings, respect all around, give each other grace. It's all about love and respect. My platform, you know how it goes, Hassan. People will find me where they find me. You know, I don't like shouting it out. So people
Yeah.
will find me where they find me.
No, I appreciate you, Genesis. And E Black, what is your final thoughts and what is your plans for the E Black TV starting next year?
My final thoughts is I'm too old to be up this late. I need to get me some sleep. I just realized it's a Wednesday. But other than that, for next year, I hope I can do better. I'm in a little transitional period where my daughter, she's gotten 10 years old. Her classes, everything that she does is probably a little later, and I have to be more attentive. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do YouTube like I want to do it, but I'm praying to God that next year I have better attentiveness to my supporters and to the people around me. But other than that, man, salute to you, man. I'm glad I was able to come through because like I see you be everywhere and you be, and I've been wanting to, give back. But like I said, I can't. I really be trying. I barely got time for my own self.
No. I understand. Even when you, like I said, even you come in the chat, sometimes I always appreciate it. Hopefully this won't be your last until next time. And salute to Selena for showing up, Princess Cammy, DJ Taj, and Mai, right? Did I say it right? Mai, the lady from Australia.
Yep, you said it right.
Yeah, I think you said it right. Yeah.
So Mai been watching us for a while then.
Right.
The first time. And I appreciate you. My panel was the first panel you hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, to everybody, salute. Till next time. Appreciate all the support. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.
Mhm.